The galaxy was quiet in this sector, quieter than usual. Stars shone in patterns that had guided empires for centuries. Yet something was wrong, something subtle and dangerous. An energy spike rippled through deep space. Faint but deliberate, alien fleets detected it. Scanning for the source, their sensors alert. Admiral Zorak of the Varelian Empire frowned at his console. "What is this?" "No signal like it has appeared before," he muttered. His officers studied the readings nervously. "It is not a weapon." "But it is urgent," one whispered. The Varelians were experts in war, but even they felt unease. This was a call for help, desperate and coded. Yet its origin was from a region no empire had ventured for centuries. Across the galaxy, other empires received the same faint transmission. Many ignored it, thinking it a trap or a signal from a dying species, but some watched cautiously. Curious yet fearful, no one wanted to respond, for the threat behind the message was unknown, and fear of the unknown had ruled for generations. Meanwhile, on the distant human deathworld of Kale Prime, the signal reached listening stations, sensors on the rocky, storm-lashed planet picked up the energy, and humans did not hesitate. Life on Kale Prime was harsh, brutal, and unforgiving. The environment bred warriors. Survivors and problem solvers, humans were used to danger. And this signal meant opportunity and responsibility. Commander Rhea Jorlin studied the transmission with calm focus. "It is a call for help," she said, "and it is urgent. Someone is in trouble. And we are the only ones who can respond." Her crew nodded. Ready to act, they had trained for years in extreme conditions. They had survived deadly storms, poisonous atmospheres, and hostile wildlife. Nothing in the galaxy could intimidate them easily. Ships roared to life, engines flaring, weapons checked, and systems primed. Humans moved swiftly, leaving the planet's harsh surface behind. The alien observers watched in disbelief as these humans, from a planet everyone thought insignificant, prepared to answer the desperate call. They were calm, precise, and confident. Unlike any species the galaxy had faced before, the transmission repeated, growing more urgent with each cycle. "The Varelians cannot contain it," the message warned, "without help." "Extinction is near," humans analyzed it, translating the complex alien code. Each reading confirmed the threat's magnitude. And humans did not flinch, they did not hesitate. They had always thrived where others failed. And they were ready to prove it again. The first ships launched into the void. Cutting through storms of cosmic radiation and debris, their weapon systems ready. Their sensors alert, and their minds focused. Every human aboard knew the mission's importance. The galaxy may have feared this signal, but humans answered, not with hesitation, but with courage, skill, and strategy for centuries. Humans had been underestimated, dismissed, and forgotten. Yet here they were, rising from a death world, braving unknown dangers, heading toward the source of the desperate signal. And as their ships moved into the black expanse of space, every alien commander could only watch in awe and fear, for humanity had returned. And the galaxy would soon learn that when humans answered a call, nothing could stop them. The human ships cut through the darkness of space. Silent and deadly, each vessel was reinforced for extreme conditions, designed to survive what other fleets could not. The alien observers could not believe what they were seeing. Ships from a death world, thought weak and primitive. Now moving with calm precision, Commander Rhea Jorlin stood on the bridge of the lead ship. Her eyes scanned the displays, every sensor active. "The signal is still active," she said. Voice steady. Target location confirmed. "Prepare for deployment." Her crew moved quickly. Every action practiced, every maneuver rehearsed. They were survivors of Kale Prime, Humans who thrived in danger, storms, deadly creatures. Toxic air, nothing had broken them, and now, that same toughness would face a galactic threat. The first scouts approached the alien territory. Their sensors active, they detected fleets scrambling to intercept. Therelian ships moved quickly, forming a defensive line. But humans did not hesitate. They moved faster. Ships weaving through space with impossible coordination. Every human crew member alert, every system optimized. The alien officers whispered among themselves, "How can they move like this? They are from a Deathworld, and yet—" Rhea observed the alien fleet calmly. "They have underestimated us," she said. "Prepare for first contact. But we engage only if necessary." The human ship slowed slightly, giving the aliens a chance to understand, but it was already clear. These humans were not ordinary. Their weapon systems were advanced, their strategy unmatched. Every human ship was a tool of precision. Ready to respond to danger instantly, the aliens tried communication. Sending warnings and demands, "Turn back. This is not your fight." Their messages warned, but the humans ignored the messages. Analyzing the problem logically, the desperate signal had a purpose, and humans would fulfill it. Every human officer knew that hesitation could cost lives. And humans had learned long ago, in danger, decisive action saves lives. Scout ships reported the exact location of the threat. A planet surrounded by hazardous radiation fields and rogue asteroids. The aliens had abandoned it, fearing for their fleets. But humans saw opportunity where others saw danger. They moved through the fields with careful calculation. Shields absorbing debris, engines adjusting to gravitational anomalies. Every ship working in harmony, every maneuver precise. The first human strike team prepared to deploy planetary units. Specialized squads trained to survive hostile environments. Armored in reinforced exosuits, weapons ready, minds sharp. They would face dangers that had broken entire alien fleets, but humans were adapted for extremes. On Kale Prime, death had been a teacher, survival their skill. Now they would bring that skill to the galaxy. Alien commanders whispered in disbelief, "Who are these humans? How can they survive where we fail?" Their fleets could only watch as humans approached the source of the desperate call. Unfazed by warnings, undeterred by obstacles. Each move showed courage, precision, and intelligence. The galaxy had seen humans vanish, dismissed and forgotten, but now they were awake, arriving from a Deathworld. And the desperate signal would be answered. The human ships hovered near the planet, preparing to strike. Their presence alone sent shivers through alien fleets. The Deathworld warriors had arrived, and the galaxy would soon see why humans thrived where others failed. For every empire that had doubted them, every fleet that had ignored their power, the lesson was about to begin, and it would be unforgettable. The human ships hovered over the dangerous planet, their engines humming softly, shields shimmering under cosmic radiation. Alien fleets watched nervously, trying to understand what they were dealing with. Every commander whispered the same question: "Who are these humans?" Commander Rhea Jorlin moved calmly across the bridge, her eyes scanning every display, sensors analyzing threats in real time. "These humans are unlike anything we expected," an alien officer muttered. "They survive on worlds where nothing else can live. And now they come to us." The aliens studied the humans, trying to find weakness, but every maneuver was precise. Every tactic clever, every decision perfect. What they did not understand was the secret of the Deathworld humans. The harsh planet they came from had shaped them in ways no alien species could imagine. Kale Prime was a world of storms that could rip apart ships. Poisonous air that killed within minutes, mountains that moved with earthquakes, and predators that could crush bones in an instant. Every human born or trained there had to adapt or die. They learned to move silently, strike decisively, and survive anything. They learned patience, cunning, and endurance. They learned how to fight differently than any other species. On the human ships, officers trained their crews. "Remember your training," Commander Rhea said. "Focus on precision. Patience is as deadly as strength." Every soldier and pilot aboard the fleet had faced death countless times. Their bodies and minds honed for extremes. Weapons calibrated for efficiency, ships built for precision. This was the true secret of the humans. Survival was in their blood. And Deathworld training had made them unstoppable. Alien leaders began to realize their mistake. They had assumed humans were weak, slow, or predictable. But humans from Deathworlds did not think like other species. They saw danger as opportunity, challenge as advantage. They used their environment, their minds, and their technology to gain the upper hand. Every move was a lesson in adaptation and survival. The aliens tried to attack, sending squads into the storm fields of the planet. But humans anticipated every maneuver, countering before the attack could start. Ships moved through hazards that would have destroyed entire fleets. Every action showed intelligence, foresight, and lethal efficiency. The galaxy had never seen combat like this, not because of power, but because of strategy, adaptation, and experience. Commander Rhea's voice echoed through the fleet. "We do not fight like others. We survive where others fail. We protect those in danger, and we never retreat." Her crew nodded, steady and confident. The aliens began to understand their error. Humans were not just strong. They were clever, adaptable, and trained to survive impossible odds. And that made them the most dangerous species in the galaxy when needed. The human fleet moved closer to the source of the desperate call, scanning the planet, assessing threats, preparing for action. Every alien watching realized these humans were not just responding. They were teaching the galaxy a lesson in survival, strategy, and deadly efficiency. For centuries, humans had been underestimated, ignored, and dismissed, but now the Deathworld humans had arrived, and the galaxy would see why they were never to be taken lightly. The secrets of the Deathworld humans were no longer hidden, and every alien fleet watching felt a chill in the void. For the humans were awake, prepared, and unstoppable, and the desperate call would soon be answered with deadly precision. The Deathworld humans moved closer to the source of the desperate call, their ships cutting through the void with calm precision. Alien forces scrambled to intercept, firing weapons and raising shields. But the humans did not panic. They did not hesitate. Commander Rhea Jorlin stood on the bridge of the lead ship, her eyes focused, hands steady on the controls. "Form the attack formations," she ordered. "Remember your training. Precision first, strength second." Every human crew member knew their roles perfectly. Every weapon system was aligned, every sensor tuned. They were prepared for the chaos that awaited. The first alien ships charged forward, hoping to overwhelm the humans. Plasma beams lit the darkness as the fleets collided. But the Deathworld humans moved differently than any species had before. Ships weaved through attacks like living shadows. Every strike calculated, every counterattack perfectly timed. One human vessel fired its railgun silently. The shots struck alien dreadnoughts with surgical precision. Ships exploded in fragments, fleets staggered. Panic spreading instantly, another human squadron deployed orbital drones. Striking enemy formations from unexpected angles, the aliens could not keep up. Their technology and numbers meaningless against humans' tactics. Commander Rhea observed the battle calmly. "The galaxy always underestimates humans," she said. "Today, they will learn their lesson. The humans did not fight recklessly. They struck only where necessary, avoiding unnecessary risk. Their movements were deliberate, their attacks devastating. Each action a demonstration of intelligence. Patience and deadly skill, the alien fleets tried to flank, sending reinforcements from every direction. Teleportation beams, coordinated strikes, even stealth units, nothing worked. Humans predicted every move, countered every plan one by one. Alien ships fell to precise human attacks. The Deathworld humans were unstoppable. The galaxy had never seen combat like this. Not because of firepower alone, but because of preparation, strategy, and adaptability amid the chaos. Admiral Zorak whispered to his officers, "They are from a Deathworld." And yet, they controlled this battle like it was nothing. Fear spread faster than any weapon. Even the bravest alien captains knew they were outmatched. Every move of the humans showed that they were smarter, faster, and more dangerous than any species in the galaxy. The battle continued, each side calculating and reacting. But the outcome was clear. Humans were not only surviving, they were winning. Every strike of their railguns, every maneuver of their ships, every deployment of drones demonstrated dominance. Alien fleets faltered, formations collapsed, morale shattered. The Deathworld humans had shown that intelligence and training could overcome even overwhelming numbers. Finally, the last major alien squadron retreated. The humans had neutralized the threat completely. Their ships hovered silently. Engines quiet, weapons ready but unused. Commander Rhea addressed her fleet calmly. "The call has been answered. Mission complete. Return when needed." The aliens watched in awe and fear. The Deathworld humans had arrived, fought, and won with unmatched skill. The galaxy had witnessed a new standard of power. Humans were not just survivors, they were warriors beyond comprehension. The battle that shook the stars had ended. But the lesson remained clear. Never underestimate humanity. For even from a Deathworld, they could dominate the galaxy. The alien fleets retreated into the darkness of space. Broken, scattered, and trembling from what they had witnessed, the Deathworld humans hovered silently above the planet, their ships calm, precise, and ready. Commander Rhea Jorlin observed the battlefield from the bridge, her eyes scanning every sensor, her mind calculating. The threat had been neutralized, every alien ship that remained had fled, and every empire in the galaxy had just learned a simple truth. Humans were not to be underestimated. The desperate call had been answered, not with hesitation, not with fear, but with skill, intelligence, and deadly precision. The humans had arrived from a harsh, unforgiving planet, trained by survival, honed by danger, and now the galaxy understood why they were feared. Messages were sent to the remaining alien empires. Simple, clear, and deliberate, humans have answered the call. Do not underestimate us again. The galaxy absorbed the warning in silence. Legends of humans had been dismissed for centuries. But now the stories were reality, and fear spread faster than any weapon could fire. The Deathworld humans prepared to leave, their ships gliding through the void like shadows. Silent, unassuming, yet impossible to challenge. They had taught the galaxy a lesson in strategy, strength, and survival. Every empire that had doubted them now knew their mistake. Commander Rhea spoke to her fleet. "We fight for life, for survival, and for those in need. Our enemies will learn to respect us, and the galaxy will remember the power of Deathworld humans." Her crew nodded. Calm and confident, every soldier, every pilot, every officer understood the responsibility. They had faced danger where others would have died, and they had triumphed. Alien leaders analyzed the battle endlessly, trying to understand how a single fleet from a harsh planet could dominate. Their tactics, technology, and numbers had failed. Every plan had been anticipated. Every maneuver countered. Humans had used strategy, adaptation, and courage, showing the galaxy that true strength was more than numbers, more than weapons. It was intelligence, preparation, and the will to survive. As the human fleet departed, a shadow lingered over the stars, a reminder of what humans could do, a warning to the galaxy. They were awake, they were dangerous, and they would answer any call when needed. The signal had been desperate, but humans turned it into a triumph. Their ships disappeared into the void, leaving alien fleets to reflect on the encounter. Every officer, every soldier, every leader now knew the truth. Humanity was more than a species, it was a force. Unpredictable, unstoppable, and unmatched. The galaxy would never forget the battle of the desperate call. The story of Deathworld, humans answering a call no one else could. And the echo of their warning would ripple across space for generations. A single, undeniable message. Do not underestimate humans. Do not challenge their skill, and never forget that when they answer a call, they bring survival, precision, and power beyond comprehension. The Deathworld humans vanished into the stars, silent guardians, deadly warriors, and the galaxy trembled quietly, for humanity had returned, and nothing would ever be the same again.